Okay, we are going to do a really cool project. We're going to make a swan, just like in the story that I read, The Ugly Duckling. Okay, this is going to be the little baby duckling when it grows up and becomes a beautiful swan. So for this project, you will need a paper plate. You're going to need your glue stick, markers, your scissors, which, here my scissors are, all the way over there. Scissors and some orange paper and white feathers if you can find them. I found these at, I think it was Walmart is where I got my white feathers from. You don't have to use real feathers. You can just draw feathers out, but you want them to be white because a swan is what color? That's right, it's white. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to cut our plate to make it look like a swan. I know, this plate's gonna look just like a swan. And how you wanna do it is, I drew my lines so that I knew where to cut. You're just gonna cut your paper plate across right here, and then go up and around and make a head, okay? All right, so you can have your grown-up draw it out for you. That might make it easier for you. And then you're just gonna cut your swan out, and I'll show you how it will look like a swan, which is pretty cool. If I can get my scissors going, here we go. So remember, just cut against that line right there. Okay, and then you want to cut around and around and around and around and around and around and around, all the way around. Remember to always ask your grown-up before you use scissors, right? Look, it already kind of looks like a swan, doesn't it? Well, now we're going to decorate it so it really looks like a swan. So you want to, I'm going to put mine up here so you guys can see it really well. Okay, so to make it look more like a swan, it needs an eye. It only needs one eye because it's looking to the side, and when an animal or a person looks to the side, you usually just see one eye, especially with an animal because they usually have an eye on each side. So we're just going to put one eyeball on our swan. And I'm going to use a Google eye. You can use a Google eye or you can draw your own eye. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to use a Google eye. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do is put my eye on my swan. Well, what's missing right here? What does he need? His beak, doesn't he? Yeah. So I'm just going to get my orange paper. Remember how I told you that you can make a beak? Yeah, you cut it right down, make a strip. That looks like a pretty good size. Cut one corner off of your strip and then flip it over. See how that's at an angle already? And then you cut the other side and then you have a triangle, which is going to be his beak. And you want to glue your beak on. And I'm going to glue it behind my swan's face, just like that. Okay, so already it's looking like a swan, but now I'm going to make beautiful feathers for my swan. So you need to glue, and you're probably going to need a lot of glue for this one. You want to glue your white feathers. Let me open up my glue so I can get a lot. Right here on your swan. You can put as many as you want or as little as you want. And let's see, if this is his tail part, I think I'll make my feathers go that direction. So just glue all your beautiful feathers on your plate to make it look like the feathers of the swan. And you can add as many, like I said, as you want, as many as you happen to have in your bag. of feathers. Whoops, that one needs a little bit more glue right there. There we go. All right. And then you are finished with your swan, made out of a paper plate. Can you guys tell that I like to do lots of crafts with paper plates? Yeah. Well, I would love to see your swan, so you make sure that you have your grown-up take a picture and post it on Facebook for me, okay? Thanks. See you later. Bye-bye.